country. Meanwhile, in the wake of China's disapproval of Trump's threat of military action in Nigeria as part of, efforts to protect Christians from persecution, a 2023 report by British newspaper The Times alleged that Chinese nationals in Nigeria's mining sector are funding terrorist groups to secure access to the country's mineral reserves. The exclusive investigation, which has resurfaced online, suggests that through bribes and illegal transactions, Beijing could be indirectly funding terror in Nigeria. Well, according to research from SBM Intelligence, a Lagos-based analytical group, Chinese companies operating in conflict zones have been striking security deals with insurgents. The report revealed videos of militant leaders boasting that Chinese workers must pay them rent to operate in their territories, particularly in Zamfara and other northwestern states. Some Chinese nationals working informally as miners serve as runners for militant groups and control gold mining operations across remote areas. The report noted that Chinese contractors often smuggle minerals out illegally, with several arrests recorded, including 27 miners in Osun State in 2020 and a Chinese citizen jailed for 5 years in October for processing 25 tons of lithium-containing minerals. Well, this investigative report adds another complex international dimension to Nigeria's security crisis. The report highlights the menace of resource exploitation, raising questions about which foreign actors are truly destabilizing Nigeria and why. Senator Adams Oshiomhole also accused China of stealing Nigeria's resources and arming bandits and terrorist groups to protect their illegal mining sites. The former Edo State governor made the allegations in January this year. Let's take a look.
Those involved in this illegal mining, they use choppers. They procure arms exactly the same way as our military were doing in the South. They give them arms, they use choppers to come and cut away the gold, and they take them out of this country and make billions of US dollars. And the federal government is not doing what it should be doing. I took this letter to the former president when I was national chairman of APC, and I said, call the general to give you more brief. In fact, what is happening, or what subsequently happened in that part of the country, was exactly what the general told me was going to happen. Because these guys have been weaponized by the illegal big men who deploy them, secure territories, and the weapon is meant to protect the Chinese and other foreigners who they actually employ to carry out the mining. And on occasion, they use the same weapon to carry out banditry, kidnapping, and all of the terrible things that are going on. Some retired military officers, army officers are involved in it. The day we can't tell the truth, this country cannot flourish. We can't change our, when it affects our people, we are at our best. We talk strong. Some other people appear to be above the law. That is what is going on with solid mineral. It is not that we don't know where it is. We have a whole survey of where we have what across the length and breadth of Nigeria.
All right, Ayo Adams Oshiomhole's statement highlights what many see as hypocrisy in China's position on Nigeria's security crisis. While Beijing has criticized Trump's intervention threats, allegations suggest Chinese mining operations may be directly contributing to the violence by funding and arming the very groups terrorizing Nigerian communities. Ayo, we've seen these reports.
So there's so many dimensions to this story, and it ties in with all that we have discussed earlier today. Number one is that yesterday we had said to be cautious about praising China's speaking up for Nigeria against the Trump's announcement and designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern. At the end of the day, as has been mentioned, no one has the interest of Nigeria, or no country is altruistic in their interventions or diplomatic conversations with a nation. It's always country first. If only Nigeria too, in playing in this table, can put country first. I say this because OJ, it's not for a lack of intelligence or a lack of information, because we have had a number of people come out to make very significant claims like this, as the Senator Adams Oshiomhole had made on the floor of the Senate. Number one, we had a list released from Dubai around the financiers of banditry. We've had Nasir El Rufai, former governor of Kaduna State, give explosive interviews around the people who are funding or enabling banditry and territory. We've had a number of people, high-ranking people, come out to tell us who and who. But I said it and I continue to say it. It is a will to deal with these people. Yes. And so while we're congratulating the DSS for what they've done, when I was looking, I was like, oh, these are the small fries. Deal with the big fries, the ones that are actually behind it, the ones that are funding it. We love it, that they are coming to come and tell the people that are doing the legwork. Yeah. But let us go after the ones that are enabling it, because if you deal with these ones, as long as the enablers are still there, we will have an uproot of others who are willing to do the legwork as long as money is there. Finally, at the end of this note, the former CDS had said that every time they apprehended terrorists, they found foreign currencies with them. Who are the people funding them?
Exactly.
There's foreign intervention or interference. Why are we not talking about that? So let's celebrate all these things, but we know the real issues. Until we tackle the real issues and have the political will to cut off the head of the big wigs, we're not going anywhere. So let us be very honest about this.
We don't have leaders that think of the interests of Nigeria. Pure and simple.
The Chinese
just
have
the interest of their own pockets.
They do.
They cannot
at this point. When you see reports,
Nigeria, to our nation without complicity by people on ground.
On ground.
So who are the
That's
ones
just
on ground that are
it. We don't have leaders that love our country.
When you see reports like this is what it is. It's evidence that these are the issues. But at the end of the day, we must tackle insecurity. We must tackle the people that are killing Nigerians. Before we take our...
My people, you need to sit down for this one, because what's coming out now about Nigeria's mining industry and the shocking link to insecurity is something every citizen needs to hear. Recently, a major conversation started after Arise TV anchor Rufai Oseni reacted strongly to reports suggesting that some foreign nationals, particularly from China, might be indirectly fueling terrorism in Nigeria through illegal mining activities. Now, before we even dive in deep, please don't forget, if you're watching this, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notification bell, because you don't want to miss stories like this that affect the future of our nation. So let's get into it. According to reports and discussions that have been making waves, it's been alleged that some illegal mining operations in states like Zamfara, Niger, and parts of Plateau are being controlled or influenced by foreign actors, and not just small-time players, but some powerful international interests. These illegal miners, in a bid to protect their operations, allegedly fund or collaborate with armed groups who secure these mining areas. Now, if you think about it, that's one of the key reasons why security forces have found it so hard to end the killings and kidnappings in some parts of northern Nigeria. Rufai Oseni, in his usual passionate way on Arise TV, called this out as economic sabotage, and even said that this issue shows how deeply Nigeria's resources have been exploited. He questioned why the government hasn't taken stronger action, asking why it seems like some of these mining companies are operating freely despite clear evidence of illegal activities. He said, and I quote, "We cannot keep crying about insecurity when the economic backbone of terrorism is being ignored." Now, that line hit differently, right? Because when you look at it closely, it's true. If illegal mining is bringing in billions that are not going to the Nigerian people, and that money is being used to buy weapons or fuel violence, then what are we really fighting against? Let's be honest. Nigeria is rich in gold, lithium, and other precious minerals, especially in the north. But who is actually benefiting from these riches? many local communities remain poor. Roads are bad, schools are empty, and the people still live in fear. Yet, you see trucks and equipment coming in and out of these areas, and most of the time, the people don't even know who owns them. Now, to make this gist more interesting, let me break down something for you. This issue didn't start today. There have been several reports from both local and international agencies linking illegal mining to the funding of violent groups. Some of the miners are said to pay protection money to bandits, who then use the funds to buy arms. So, in a way, the fight against terrorism and the fight against illegal mining are connected like twins. And you see, Rufai's reaction was not just about anger, it was about frustration. He said it's high time the Nigerian government took bold steps. He even mentioned that some top politicians and local elites are also involved, saying, if you want to end insecurity, start with those profiting from chaos. That statement got a lot of people talking online because it sounded like a direct call for accountability. And that brings me to the question, why are Chinese nationals being mentioned so often in this story? Well, it's not that all Chinese investors are bad. No. Nigeria has many legitimate Chinese companies doing legal business. But the issue is that some individuals allegedly come in through back channels, use local agents, and run illegal mining without proper licenses. These are the ones raising eyebrows. Some security experts also said that these operations are so secretive that even local leaders are scared to speak up because of the dangerous networks involved. Imagine that. In our own land, people are afraid to talk because some foreign and local interests are controlling the resources. Now, my people, this is where we need to talk seriously. If this issue is true, and it's not addressed urgently, then Nigeria might continue to suffer insecurity for a very long time. Because think about it. How do you fight criminals who are being funded with money made from your own soil? So here's what's trending now. Civil groups and journalists are calling for a national probe into illegal mining activities. They're asking for names, companies, and licenses to be published publicly. They want the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, and the National Security Advisor to trace the flow of money from mining sites to armed groups. And most importantly, they want the government to deal with any foreigner involved, no matter where they come from. Now, before I continue, please, if you're enjoying this gist, click that like button, share this video, and subscribe. You see, stories like this are not just about politics. They're about survival. Our survival as a people. Back to Rufai's reaction. He also questioned the silence of many leaders in the north. He said, why are governors not crying out louder? And that's a valid question, because some of these states are rich enough in minerals to build industries and create jobs, yet people there can't sleep in peace. That's a big red flag. He also said Nigeria should learn from how other countries handle natural resources, regulate them, protect them, and ensure that every profit benefits the citizens. And honestly, that's the truth. We can't keep letting foreign and local elites take gold out of the country while our youth are unemployed. And you know what makes this story more interesting? It's not only Nigeria facing this kind of situation. Across Africa, countries like Congo and Sudan are also dealing with illegal mining connected to violence. So this is a continental issue. But Nigeria's case stands out because we are talking about gold, lithium, and other resources that the world is now rushing for. So, to wrap up this part, the big question remains: will the Nigerian government finally act decisively? Will they stop illegal miners, investigate those funding violence, and make real arrests? Or will this just be another trending story that fades away after 1 week? My people, what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section. Do you believe that illegal mining is connected to terrorism in Nigeria? And what do you think should be done about it? Don't forget, hit that like button if you learned something new today. Share this gist with others, and of course, subscribe for more real-time updates and stories that truly matter. Because here, we don't just give you news, we give you clarity.